Welcome back. Welcome to another week. We're in the last week of October. Uh, can we pull it off? It looks like we might finish this week in the green. Well, we might finish the month in the green. So let's quickly jump over to my screen over here, then I can just show you. So for October, we up 8.7%. Only got a few days to go, and then we'll probably finish October in the green. Didn't get a massive October like we wanted to. The average for October is 22%. Yeah, we only got a 8%, but nonetheless, it's still an October. And I don't know if guys can remember, in the beginning of October, I said the charts don't show that we are going to get a massive Uptober like everybody thought we were going to have. So I hate to say it, but unfortunately I was spot on, and we didn't get a massive Uptober like everybody thought. But nonetheless, we up, and I probably think we'll have a killer November and December, especially if um, the elections plays out like we want it to play out. If it doesn't play out, then we'll probably still get a big pump in Bitcoin, but we won't get such a massive pump like we want. That is, if a certain somebody wins. So let's quickly jump over to the charts, and then we'll see. Well, I made a bunch of changes to my watch list, and I've added some stuff, and we'll quickly go over what I see and what's good setups there is. And I also want to give you guys a pro tip. If your favorite influencer shows you a coin, easiest way to see if the coin is really worth your time and effort. It's there's a little trick to it, and I'll quickly show you that trick. So just to filter out the bullshit from the good stuff. So let's quickly jump over here, and let's first of all look at the total market cap, and basically we are broken out of the daily structure. The weekly structure, we're basically on the edge over there. Um, so if we can just get a very good bounce and close outside the structure, we might do very well. So let's see where the daily 200 is. Daily 200 is right over there. We are above it, which is a very good sign. If we can stay above that, kudos, very good. Bitcoin dominance, can't believe we almost at 60,000. Very, very, very key area we are at. And we're kind of like on that support zone over there. Let's put it over there. On that key support zone over there. And we've been grinding up in this channel. Just want to see if we do have some divergence, which on the RSI, which is a very clear indication that we might be getting ready at some point. What is this bullshit? Just want to add this indicator over here. Nonetheless, doesn't want to add it, but I think, can we top up a little bit more? Yeah, sure, we can go to 60, but as soon as we get the break of this, let's pull this over. If we can get break down, then and break back inside here, then the altcoins will definitely start to pump. But right now, still Bitcoin season all the way, and when we are in Bitcoin season all the way, you must be very careful on what altcoins you look to trade or invest in, because majority of the altcoins is not outperforming Bitcoin, and we'll get into the charts when we look at that. So I'm just going to give you an example. So let's go over to Bantam Bubble. When your favorite YouTuber show you some bullshit shitcoin, how you know if it's worth trading it is just go to Bubbles, switch this over to BTC, so you want to compare it to BTC, and let's just say, I'm just giving you an example. Someone shows you, say is going to be a good one. So what we can see currently in say number one, not outperforming Bitcoin on the weekly. Number two, it's not even outperforming Bitcoin on the monthly, and it sure as hell won't out. Number okay on the year, it is outperforming. But if you go over to your let's say your three main long-term time frames, two out of three it's not outperforming Bitcoin. So why the hell do you want to waste your time on say at the moment? It's not outperforming Bitcoin. So if I look at something, it has to at least outperform Bitcoin on two of these major time frames over here. If it does, then great, we can look at it. But I mean, it's no go. So I wouldn't even look at it now. Look how much down it is today compared to Bitcoin. So that's a cool little trick to if someone shows you something and you see a good setup, go do this. If it is outperforming Bitcoin, great, go for it. But if it's not, why the hell do you want to even waste your time on it? The key, which we all should strive for, is we want stuff that outperforms Bitcoin. If it can't outperform Bitcoin, then I might as well just keep my stuff in Bitcoin. Simple as that. Our goal should be at the end of the day to make more Bitcoin. If your goal is not that, then you need to reassess what you're actually doing in crypto. So let's go over to my watch list and just show you what I'm currently looking at. I've got two watches over here. I've just got the Sol BTC. I almost want to track that because I'm heavily in Sol. Boom, I see was a pretty good one. And guys, all this that's on my watch list, you can go and test for yourself. All of it is outperforming Bitcoin on at least two out of the big time frames. So boom, I'm looking for this. If we can hold the support bounce, that would be a great, fantastic entry. Right now, I'm just tracking it. Nothing yet, but we might be coming to a zone to where it might start to do something. And then I'll probably definitely look to get into one or other trade. Then TBR was an interesting play, but unfortunately that one tanked heavily down. And I don't. It's actually I have limited time data here on Mexi. I might have to look at it on something else. But I mean, at this point, I can guarantee you, if you go over here and you type DBR, DBR is no longer worth wasting your time on. Down 12% on a daily to Bitcoin, down 32% on a weekly, and down on a monthly. So DBR you can scrap from the list. It's no longer fits the criteria for us to even be looking at. Parcel, there is some good setup there. This one is still outperforming. We're in the middle of this big correction zone. It would be actually very good for us if we can come back down and try and get a better entry, but we might not get that. So at this stage, it's in this little correction over here inside the larger correction. But if we go, let's dig down to a lower time frame. If we do break this type of a correction, and we can make something like this bounce, do like a small little 15 minute, I'll definitely try and get into this trade. But until that, I'm just tracking it for now. Nosana had an amazing run. And I mean, Asana, it showed you early stages that, hey, it shouted at us, pay attention, this is going to be something good. And wow, boy, oh boy. I mean, right over there, if you go to a daily, it broke out of this daily correction here. We had a large pullback up until the 88, but I mean, even if you go to a 4 hour, here you had an amazing, and when I was looking at it here, all my major levels were super tight and it was shouting to get back to get into the trade. But this thing really took off, and unfortunately, I have to be honest, I didn't catch this the Nasana trade. But congrats on anybody who did catch the Nasana. At this moment, I'm just in awe of it, and just see if we can get a nice little pullback after such a big explosive move. We might get some type of a larger correction pullback, and then we can maybe go for it another time. MPLX is an interesting one. I am currently in MPLX, and it's got some very tight key pivot areas what we got above. We did break out of this. It would be nice if we can stay out of side this correction and just start to go. It's got a very nice profit target. So if I just want to show you here what our profit target would be on MPLX. So let's go to the breakout over there. That's just a 4 hour profit target, but there is a larger profit target in play. So if we just take the 4 hour profit target, let's measure put it on the Fibonacci here, get our profit targets, and definitely we can go to that one minimum. Minimum we can go to the 61. So if that trade plays out, that would be a nice 65%. And once again, go and check MPLX. It's outperforming Bitcoin at currently on some major key higher time frames, and that's why I'm in MPLX. So in this one, doing good so far. Doge was interesting this weekend. It was a very good entry over there. They got the dog back, and it retested this key support zone, and it just blasted. I was looking at it over here, but over the weekend, but got busy and unfortunately missed this move. But Doge also starting to outperform Bitcoin, and definitely it could we could get a very decent pump on Doge. From there to that cycle top over there is 54%. So definitely Doge is on a warpath. Popcat's interesting one as well. Currently in this one, I'm currently on break even. I got in there. Let's see if we can get a bounce from this area over here. If not, if we can, I'll just stay in the trade. If we don't, then I might just close it and look for a second entry. Myro also interesting one currently. This will probably come back down over this area, maybe make like an inverse head and shoulders, and then we can look at it. So I was tracking this on a lower time frame like this, but that one's no longer relevant. We'll probably make a new type of a correction similar to this one over here. So we'll just track this one and see how it progress, but definitely one to have on your watch list. Another one I'm currently in is Marga. Saw some tight pivot moving averages, and made a very nice move today. I got in here, got in super early, and that one went at one stage. That one was actually up like 20 something percent today. I see it is pulling back slightly. So Marga also starting to outperform Bitcoin on all major time frames. Then let's quickly go over to my watch list, second watch list over here. Tracking meme coin, another one I'm interested in. I'm just, I didn't want to take that at the top here, because I know that's where they catch majority of traders. When the guy takes a breakout trade, we'll just bring it back down, take them out first. That's how market makers and whales work. I never ever really trade a breakout. So this would be good if it can come back down and we can catch a entry here from the bottom area or the middle area of the correction. Space ID, also interesting one to track if we go to a higher time frame. Just give it some time to load. We're in this accumulation zone, which if we break that accumulation zone, I see a massive, massive potential pump. I mean, from there to the top, there's a 250 plus move. But if we go to a 4 hour, we've broken out of this correction, this trend line over here, and we are. Let's see if we can come back up and maybe do some kind of a get above these pivot areas and get a tradable setup. So watching Space ID, PIF network, also interesting one. Currently in this rising correction over here, flat top rising correction, and also if we can get above it, do some type of retest, also be very good, because this is also a huge accumulation area over here, forming that nice little rounded top that we're always looking for. And if we can get above the 200 daily, it's bye bye. Catch you later. So PIF, interesting one to watch. Also starting to outperform Bitcoin on some key pivot time frame. Then interesting one was that I was looking at is Fartcoin, meme coin. This one has pulled back right up to the 78%. It's currently on that order block. We'll have to see if it pulls back down more, but fairly new coin. Here's also a pro tip, guys, a pro Steph tip. When something pumps like that, don't buy the top of this, for God's sakes. Wait for it to pull back at least to the 78 or 88 before you even think about getting in. So I'm tracking this one. If we can, get a V-shape reversal and a little correction, I might get into this, but we'll track this as the week goes. Parcel we already looked at. SXP, internet a little bit slow, give it some time over here. This one we couldn't break above the 200, so also tracking this one. Interesting one on the larger time frames. I mean, we broke this nice little daily downtrend. We broke this daily downtrend, and we might start to form a reversal pattern over here. Maybe some type of a weird inverse head and shoulders, but we'll have to see if this one plays out. Interesting to watch though. Hearts, I think this one actually had a nice little correction over here. It has broken out, so I'll probably just wait for a retest. If we do get some type of retest and a bounce, then stocks pretty high. Wait for the stocks to reset, RSI to reset, and reevaluate. GME, also watching this one. I was, we did get some 1, 2, 3 touches on the bottom of this correction, which might tell me that we might be over. We pulled back all the way to the 78, this volume node over here. So right now we can dig down to a low time frame and just see if we can get a breakout over here. Then I might consider taking this trade, definitely. So keep your eyes on this one. Interesting one to watch. Pretty nice, decent return. Just to the top of there is a 40.37. Then we went over these. Currently, we went over Metaplex. Metaplex putting back slightly, nothing to worry about. Based AI, currently in this. When we got the breakout out of this, I see we are breaking back into the correction. But nonetheless, sometimes it does break back in the correction, retest this correction, rising trend line of the correction line, and then bounce again. So just tracking this one. If we close above this pivot area, I'll probably just take a small little loss over there. SPX also got into XPX. See everything pulling back slightly, probably because Bitcoin has pulled back slightly. But nonetheless, I took the breakout, this SPX breakout. SPX is massively outperforming Bitcoin at the moment, and that's one of the key criteria why I am in SPX currently. But hey, this stop can just be moved to break even. If we get stopped out for break even, no big deal. We'll try and get another entry over there. Bobcat I went over. Ruin is just doing very good as well. The profit target for Ruin is also quite. We broke out of this larger correction line over here. We did like a massive retrace to the 88, and if this can start catching some steam, I think we are in for a very nice ride. So Ruin definitely starting to outperform Bitcoin, and that's why I'm in Ruin as well, quite heavily. Drift we went over. Drift are also pulling back very. I might close this trade and just look for re-entries and see what it does. I did get a very good entry. It'll be very nice, very sad to see this come back down all the way to my entry, but we'll just track this one, and worst case scenario, I'll get a break even and just try and get another shot at this. So that's basically. I think they didn't go over Arrow. Arrow is currently in an interesting zone. I've got this top and this bottom zone area. It's currently in the middle. RSIs are very high, but we are currently above some very key pivot areas, and we might catch maybe a short-term trade over here that might be worth our time. So let's just map this out and see if we do catch a short-term trade, if we might be worth our time. Let's say we catch the breakout there, stops will go below there, and we can trade this one maybe to the measured up there, and that would be a 3 to 6 risk to reward. So yeah, let's watch this one. Let's see if we can get a breakout, and if we can stay above these key pivot areas, that would be fantastic. Get a little breakout retest, and I'll take this trade all day long. So that's it, guys. That's what I'm looking at this week, and I'll catch you guys later. Cheers for now.